What would you say has been your biggest mistake?
Not trusting my instincts. Sometimes, you know, and not to sound sexist, but even just as a man, we so logical and we so driven by logic and so driven by facts that sometimes we can't move without facts. But if you got trust in your gut and you got trust in your instinct, and you learn that as you grow older and you mature, that you sometimes you don't need facts. You can just go off your gut and how you feel about things.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So just being confident in, I don't need confirmation. If I feel it, I trust how I feel. I know my intentions is pure. My instincts is like connection to a higher understanding. You don't need the facts all the time. Just go off how you feel. And so I think that I've learned to listen to my gut and my instincts more and be confident in making decisions off of that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, if you're afraid to fail, it means you're afraid to start.
Right.
If you're afraid to start, that means you're never really going to get an understanding or answer when it comes to the world of you doing what you want to do.
Right.
Yo, I want to do such and such and such and such, but man, I don't want to do it because they fuck around and it probably ain't gonna work. Yeah. They're probably not gonna like me. Well, then that means you're afraid to start because you're already thinking about the thing that's gonna be wrong. So there's a multi-layer in that space of fear, right? And if you're attaching it to failure, you're losing already.
Right.
So I'm from the side of discovery. I don't know what I'm not gonna like until I fucking try it. I don't know what I'm not gonna be good at until I try to do it and realize it wasn't my cup of tea. Right. Whatever that thing is, you gotta try it. You gotta do it.
It takes fearlessness to be first, you know, to not move with a crowd, to move alone, you know, and you get scrutinized by people that do move with a crowd because they gotta make you look bad to make themselves look good. It's all part of the game.
Nothing should be able to stop you. So when I see people talking shit about me, it only make me get up twice as hard as I would have got up if I ain't had nobody going against me. I kind of feed off of it. It's a war, you know what I'm saying? It ain't for the soft people. You gotta have tough skin for it. But even through any rep shit, when they try to burn me down, tell me I was losing, I stood still tall. I walked through the storm while it's raining, helling, there's fire coming out the sky.
Still balling.
Walking, we ain't gonna run, we ain't gonna panic, we ain't gonna run out of breath. As soon as the sun cleared back up, we shining. Just to walk through the storm. That's just how you gotta play. You know what I mean? That's what we live by. And that's what we was brought into. We was brought in this life as losers, starting off in the back. And we don't mind being behind, but we gonna win. We always gonna win. If you in a bad position, you feel like you can't win, stay strong, stand up, keep your chin up, and walk. Don't panic. Never panic.
Win should be when you have won by your standard, by not someone else's. Because people are generally like insecure, and people generally look the other way. They do things that are illogical, and they all have their own set of problems. So everyone considers a win different. So why would I consider my win something that makes you happy? I'm going to consider my win something that makes me and my family and my kids and my girl happy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to look like I'm rich to make you happy. I need to be rich.
Right.
So guys think they're rich because they might have monetary, like very, very like temporary money that they could take care of themselves.
Right.
But that's not rich. Rich is being able to take care of your kids' kids.
Right.
Being able to make it where your generation or the generation after you doesn't have to go through the same problems as you did.
When will it stop for you, if anything? When do you feel that, okay, I could take a little longer vacation than usual?
I mean, I read something that gave me a perspective on that. It's like this whole thing, we look at life like it's about what you can get from life. And I think, you know, I read something, I was like, that's not what it is. You're going to always be unfulfilled if you look at life like that. It's about knowing you're going to leave one day. And, you know, when you leave, the only way you're going to be fulfilled is if you know you gave everything you had.
Really, though?
And you emptied yourself here. And you left it all here because it's temporary and you got a moment, you know?
Right.
So I think that for me, it's like, I got kids. I got a daughter and a son.
Right.
So, you know, you got to factor in your kids. You can't just all the way commit yourself to your cause.
Right.
You know, you gotta make sure that you're there for your kids. But outside of that, I want to be in this thing until, you know, I'm out of energy, till I don't have nothing left to contribute.
Right.
It'd be people that have no plan, that aren't doing anything, are the most distracting.
Right.
They're the ones that speak the loudest because if you're doing something, you don't have time to be worried about somebody else.
Right.
You don't have time for jealousy if you're doing something. You're too tired doing what you're doing.
Right.
So if you're sitting around thinking, that means you should be doing some action.
Right.
So that's your fault. So then the overcompensation comes for blaming somebody else for the reasons why you don't want to move.
That's ill.
You understand what I'm saying?
I feel that. We're all writing a book. What's your book look like? What does your fucking book look like? Like your life is a book. You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book, how good was the book? How good was your book? What was the ending to your book? Not the money. All that was accomplished. The first to do, the man that did this, changed the way the schooling was, blah, 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 gave computers, all of the things that can be associated with you and your existence become a part of the chapters in your book. So my drive is about my book.
I'm sick of that shit. Everybody's depressed because they're trying to fit into a puzzle. They're trying to be a fucking circle in a square. And you're told what to do, and you're told what to eat, and you're told what's good and bad, and what the perspective of success is. Success is love. Success is your family. Success is how much you laugh. I don't care how much money you got in the bank. If you got a crooked smile, if your people around you don't want to be around, your breath stinks and all that other shit, you're broke. Period.
Right.
You're broke. If you have nothing to fight for, you're broke. You have nothing to love, you broke. Period.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't fucking stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up. These days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? All right, well, gotta figure it out. Made some mistakes. Life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point. I'm a life goes on type of guy.